I'm Nana Farika. The time has come for the lioness to tell her story from her viewpoint and tell the world who Queen Omega is. This is the lion's voice.
So my outreach, now, as I was saying, I got that trait from my mom. So I remember one day sitting in her garage and she was telling me of this little boy that she gave a gift, and the boy was so excited. So I said to her, Mom, you're doing outreach for your people. I have to do it for my Rasta people. And I said, it's the same joy that I hear you talk about. I would love the rest of children to feel that joy. So I even though I always share before, I made special effort on my birthday to do a back to school treat for the Nyahbinghi children.
What do you have to tell the people about Ras Tafari?
Light to the world. King of kings and the conquering line of the tribe of Judah. I like himself. Where's right for Hey yo! Yeah. Hear them high, hear the black king on the 23rd of July. So tell them guy who praise God up in the sky, it's a lie. The Almighty living on your night. From ancient time them a try. Them Romans know them just open them suit and ties. Criminals ain't got no alibi, they stole my people. Then them come without them genocide.
Are you talking about slavery?
Them couldn't kill. The lion will come conquer Judah tribe. Go through tribulation, and I strive, see sufferation, and I still rise. That's why we tell them in America, live Rastafari in every ghetto area. We come to tell them in a Toronto, straight at
Right. Where were you born? How did you come into Rastafari?
Okay, I was born in Mandeville, Manchester, here in Jamaica. I became drawn to the Rastafari culture or faith when I was about 9 years old. My brother at that time was seeking the Rastafari liberty. So I used to copy my brother as the only brother. So everything he did, I would always want to do. So I grew up listening to Bob Marley and Dennis Brown. He would always play those music, especially Bob Marley, Brotherly Love. He would also, when he plays that music, he would run to his room and sit and chat. So, I grew up, as I said, trying to be like my brother. So that was a journey around 9 years old, and he counseled me right through. I became a vegetarian at 13. And when I remember when I was to be confirmed around 12, 13 years old, they wouldn't confirm me when I gave them my philosophy. They wouldn't confirm me because at that time I was becoming aware of myself as a Black woman. So that's the journey from there. My brother, he really coached me right through. He left and went overseas, I believe it was 1986. At that time I left high school, and I still, maintain trying to seek to know myself. I remember after leaving high school, I saw a pamphlet with a speech with Marcus Garvey, which talked about self-reliance. So from that time, I said, I don't want to work for anybody now. I want to work for myself. So after leaving high school, because I always wear my colors, a lot of brethren and other sister-in-law always called to me and, reason with me, because I was seeking. I remember Sister Mitzi at that time. I used to wish I couldn't wait to look like Sister Mitzi. I remember those days, but then around 18 or about 18 years old, I got a vision, and I saw this bright light, and somebody called to me, but it was years after. One time I see him in the picture, but I said, no, this man missing my vision. But from that time, I became friends with other Rastafarians within the Mandeville region, and it was 1991 February 6th on Bob Marley's birthday, when the song was playing on the radio, Grow Your Dreadlocks. And from that time, I decided I wouldn't wrap up my hair anymore, because there were days when I used to just wear tam and people used to think I was a Rasta woman. But from that day, 1991, February 6th, I decided this is it. So from that day, I decided I used to twist my hair, so I let the twist remain. and it came into the dreadlocks.
Wow.
When I went to the US 1994, it was my brother again who took me to the hairdresser and got it properly groomed, you know. So it has been my brother, and he used to buy me a lot of books. He bought me my first Kente material. So I would have to give that tribute to my brother.
All right. Call his name so that he can live.
My brother, my one and only brother, Martin Neil Greaves.
Yes, we
No,
want we want the global family to know, because we have so
yes,
many Rastafari doing the work
yes,
quiet.
my brother. I owe that to him. He probably don't even know how much he has walked me through different stages, because he would send a lot of books for me to read. So when I read those books, it was through one of the books that he sent that I learned where the origin of black man. You know, so it really means a lot to me. You know, whatever he took me through that journey for me to be who I am right now.
So powerful. And you left from Jamaica to America. What was that like, dropping in a place like New York City from Mandeville, you know, a relatively quiet place? You're gone to New York City. You know, what was that like?
But living in New York, it was a mixed feeling. Shortly after I went to New York, I went back to school. So I went to Bronx Community College, where I did my associate's degree in liberal arts and science. There were ones from the Nyahbinghi house that I became close to while living in New York. Sister Ifia, Irons, and Mama Yanzi, I will never forget. You know, they kind of brought me to the Harlem Nyahbinghi house. The first Nyahbinghi house I went in America, actually my brother, when I just came to America, taught me to the one in Brooklyn.
Okay.
You know, and you know, Sister Janet from Manila here,
Big up Sister
we were
Janet.
very close friends. So Sister Janet, yeah.
Big up
So
Sister
she
Janet.
took me to several different places, you know. And while living in America, I became involved in the EWF. I was a member of the Local 12, which used to meet in Queens. You know, it was Cedric Imbrooks at the time who introduced me to the Ethiopian World Federation. May his soul rest in peace. And I did a lot of work within the Ethiopian World Federation. I was even awarded with a book, The Selected Speeches, because of my involvement there. I came back to Jamaica around the year 2000. I didn't love living in America, and it never did. So I used to come to Jamaica pretty often.
Yes.
I actually came back to Jamaica when my father took sick, and it was his request that I do return home.
Okay.
So when I came home, I started to be a part of the Nyahbinghi family Scots Pass. And I would go to other Nyahbinghi, because even while living in the US, I used to go to Pinnacle when I come here on my vacation. But then living here now, I became close to the one. Because while living in the US, I used to buy stuff like from Ras Ivory, Ras Mikey, and so forth. Because I had a store in Harlem.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a store in Harlem. I was the only Jamaican in the Malcolm Shabazz market at 116.
Okay.
We're all Africans, but I was the only Jamaican there at the time. And you know, I'm from an outreach family, to get to the point. My mom does a lot of outreach, so does my brother and my other siblings, you know. But both of them, you know, I have to give credit to my mom. She got that trait from her mother. So I in high school here in Jamaica, I was a girl guide.
Okay.
So I was also in the Red Cross.
Okay.
So I had to visit the hospital, the children's ward, on Christmas time, and we had to give gifts. So I always enjoyed doing it. But I used to watch Lady Diana and Mother Teresa a lot, you know. And I always said I would really like to be like them, sharing.
Okay.
So sharing has been a great part of my soul.
And you also have a degree in accounting. What was
A
that?
diploma in accounting and management.
Yes.
I did payroll accounting. I did a lot of other, you know, courses, reception course, health advocate. I even went to New York University where I started my bachelor's in nutrition. But it was I couldn't deal with the situation where we had to prepare meat, and I just couldn't deal with it. So I withdrew. I withdrew. So my outreach, now, as I was saying, I got that trade from my mom. So I remember one day sitting in her garage, and she was telling me of this little boy that she gave a gift, and the boy was so excited. So I said to her, Mom, you doing outreach for your people, I have to do it for my Rasta people. And I said, it's the same joy that I hear you talk about. I would love the rest of children to feel that joy. So I even though I always share before, I made special effort on my birthday to do a back to school treat for the Nyahbinghi children.
She's like the flowers in my garden, and her heart has never hardened, and she give me loving in the morning. Babylon, you a go fall without no warning. Black woman, I said I wanna be your lover, and I don't want any other. You alone, I could have be my children's mother, but no struggle, so we both could help each other. And then I wanna be your lover, and I don't want any other. You alone, I could have be my children's mother, but no struggle, so we both could help each other. Started in the village, now we in the city. Journey where we have together, everybody see. Spent a little time out in captivity. Babylon, their plan was to destroy the family. Still I want you to bring a child for me. Maybe in the spring when birds are sing lovely, maybe we could plan to have a summer baby. I can be the man that you depend on. Put the pen to the paper, made a love song. Babylon, they separated us for so long, and the reason that they hated us was so wrong. Still the most High, he created us, we so strong. Then same Kushite and the Dogon. Love your melanin, no follow for them program. Black woman, me not go pass on you for no one. No one, that's my slogan. Black woman, I said I wanna be your lover, and I don't want any other. You alone, I could have be my children's mother, but no struggle, so we both could help each other. Then I wanna be your lover, and I don't want any other. You alone, I could have be my children's mother, but no struggle, so we both could help each other. She's like the oxygen in my flame, loving where we have nobody can contain. Love so powerful, survive shackle and chain. Love it cross the ocean way before planes. Love survive them torture, rape and dear pain. When one escape, then the other get blame.